All right, let's talk about this past week. We went 2-3 this week. Is that right? We went, 2-3 this week. I thought we threw the ball extremely well. Strasburg was outstanding on Thursday, and Berger threw the ball really well. Rasmussen started on Saturday. He threw the ball well enough. And yesterday, Levine threw the ball well enough. I think our problem offensively has been we haven't really hit very well with guys in scoring position. I said at the beginning of the year, it's a young team, and when you have a young team, it takes some games for them to start to understand what they need to do. We left close to 40 guys on base in the last 4 games, and most of those were guys in scoring position. And so for us, I think we're 4-4, but we feel like, with a hit here or there, we could be 7-1. And but again, that's kind of what you have to go through when you have a young club. You make some mistakes, and offensively, we need to do a better job of cashing in on some of the opportunities that we've been given. But that's what this past week I couldn't be more pleased with our pitching. Our pitching's been really good. Everybody that we've thrown out on the mound has thrown strikes. They've worked ahead. They've done all the things that you'd like to see your pitching staff do. Offensively, we got some growing up to do. And these freshmen and sophomores who are getting an opportunity to play, we're putting a lot of heat on them early in the hopes that they will learn from the mistakes that they've made thus far. And I think as the year goes on, we're going to get better in those situations. And when we do, I think, we have a better chance at winning some ball games. But this week it doesn't get easier. We get Cal State Fullerton here tomorrow, a ranked team. USD comes in a home and home and home and home this weekend. They're a ranked team. Anytime you're playing quality opponents like we're playing, you can't afford to make mistakes. And the mistakes that we've made this past weekend cost us. And hopefully this weekend we can play a little bit better. Questions?
How happy have you been with Strasburg?
Next question. It's an understatement. The guy is he's throwing strikes. He's working downhill. He's pitching. He's not just overpowering guys. He's pitching. And to have him as your lead guy in your rotation is a blessing, to be honest. Guys just don't come around like that. Having said that, the other guys have stepped up too. I can't be more pleased with our pitching. Our pitching's been really good. And even though the other guys don't get the notoriety that Steven gets, they've made it work. We don't have anybody who's as overpowering as Steven, but John Berger's been outstanding in both of his starts. He's got nothing to show for it. Rasmussen filled in on Saturday. He's got nothing to show for it. Levine gave up 1 run yesterday. We made a bad pitch with 2 guys on, so it cost him 3 runs. But he pitched well enough. Our guys are going out there and giving us an opportunity. And, at the college level, pitching is important, but, you got to score to win. And we've had ample opportunities to put runs on the board, and we haven't done it.
What's it like having a pitcher that can throw at 102 miles an hour?
I don't really worry about the velocity. I don't get caught up in it like everybody else does. They see the radar gun light up. Anytime somebody throws 100, what I look at is how hitters react to it. He gave up, 3 or 4 hits the other day, and, it was 100. One of them was 101. It got turned around pretty quickly. Okay, so the speed isn't the thing. The thing is location. Where's he putting it? And he's been downhill, which is different than last year. There were times he could just throw his fastball and just overpower guys. This year he's pitching. Sometimes he's out there pitching the contact, and that sounds kind of funny when you're throwing as hard as he does. But sometimes he's just out there trying to locate a ball, knowing that if it gets hit, he's got 7 defenders out there to try to make plays. And so that's what I look at. I look at how hitters are reacting to it, because anytime somebody throws that hard, you can cheat and hit a line drive somewhere. But a couple of Pacific hitters the other night, they were really smart. They made him pitch, and they didn't try to pull him. They hit him the other way. And that's what you have to do when you have a guy overpowering like that. So his fastball was good. his plane, the plane of his fastball wasn't just a here it is, hit me. It was downhill. It was down. A located fastball that's down, that's angled down, is going to be a lot harder to hit than just your straight, wind it up, here it goes, take your best whack, which at times he'll do too. But I thought Saturday he pitched, or Thursday he pitched, and he pitched downhill, and he's going to get better. And that's the scary thing for, I think, a lot of people, is that he's learning how to pitch, he's learning how to use his defenders, he's learning how to do things that good pitchers have to do, and he's getting pretty proficient in it.
As compared to last year, how much better is he this?
To me, it's night and day how much better he is this year, because last year, he was going into the rotation for the first time. As coaches, we were kind of concerned about his stamina after closing his freshman year. And this year, he just looked like a more polished, more confident guy out on the hill. And that's, again, we're pretty blessed to have a guy in our rotation with his kind of stuff, his kind of makeup. But I think what you're happiest about is he continues to work to try to get better. And that's, what a good baseball player is going to have to do forever is, keep working, keep trying to improve, keep trying to make things better, more proficient. And I think that's where Steven's headed. He's, he had good stuff the other night, and what teams are going to do against him, they're going to make him throw a lot of pitches. They're going to, not going to just go up there and swing at the first thing they see. They're going to try to make him, try to work the count on him, make him locate his pitches, and that hasn't fazed him. He's still gone out and thrown the ball pretty well. He went 5 2/3 in his first start. The other night he went 6 2/3, and both times he was over 100 pitches, but Thursday night, I thought he was smoother than he was in his opening game. And I expect that to get better as we move along because, like I said, when you have a guy who's like Steven, the opponents are going to make him, try to maximize his pitch count. He knows that. He's pitching to contact. They're still, making him throw pitches. That's what's going to happen. So he's trying to be efficient with his pitches so that he can, stay in games longer. I think that's the way it's always going to be. You got two teams in this town. USD has gone to the regionals 3 years in a row. We haven't. And you want to change that. You beat them head to head, and, you try to get to where they've been. Just that simple. So this weekend, it'll be a great series like it's been. USD has dominated it since I've been here. Last year we turned it around a bit, winning 3 or 4, but they got a quality club over there. And, for us to win, we're going to have to pitch well, but we got to catch the ball and we got to drive in some runs.
Has that rivalry changed at all since you've taken over, or has it kind of been the same?
No, I think it's heated up. USD, again, they got a quality club, and Rich does a really good job of getting those guys ready to play. The difference this year compared to last year is maybe they aren't as experienced in their starting rotation as they've been. But they got good players. They play a great schedule, and they play a different style of play than we play. And anytime these two teams get together, it's just they get after it. And that's the way a rivalry is supposed to be. But for us, I try not to get caught up in all the hype like you guys try to make it seem like it's it's baseball is what it is, and the team that executes is the team that's going to win. And we took 3 or 4 last year. We beat them in the last game of the Urban Invitational. So we're off to a 1-0 lead. But you can throw that game out the window because we got 4 in a row here. Home and home. Get to go to each other's yard and it should be good. Hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully we can continue to play good baseball.
And is there more energy against a USD team than opposed to, like, say, Cal State Florida?
Well, you hope not. But, they're your crosstown rivals, And I'm sure during the summer there's a lot of chirping going on. In the fall there's a lot of chirping going on. Guys have played against each other in high school, played against each other in summer ball. Again, we're trying to get to where they've been going, and it's going to be competitive. The first game we played the other day was pretty competitive. A lot of chirping in both dugouts. I just, like I said, I try not to let my guys get caught up in it. We just play baseball. Our job is to go out and try to win a game. And that's what we're going to try to do starting tomorrow. We're going to try to, do the things we need to do to win a ball game.
Thursday or Friday for
Thursday. Why Thursday? It's because he's our number one guy. And there's been some talk this week of, why not throw him on Friday at home? And it's because he's the first guy in the rotation. He goes first. So it'll be Thursday at USD.